Why would she say this? Nobody right now in the MAGA sphere is talking about 2028 because any endorsement of somebody who isn't Trump, Trump is going to view as a slight. Why would you say this? Yeah, her future husband. Erika Kirk challenge difficulty level impossible. Say something negative about Israel. Do you think if you ran up to Erika Kirk and you were like, "Here's a list of negative things that JD Vance, sorry, that Charlie Kirk said about the United States. He said that we were degenerate, we were a moral failure of a nation, that we had been getting worse." Da, da, da. Like you list through 78 bad things he said about America, and then you say, "Erika Kirk, can you say one negative thing about Israel?" Do you think she'd be able to? I wonder what the conditions of the contract Mossad had her sign were. Why, seriously though, why would you? The reason people in the MAGA space aren't really talking about 2028 yet is because they know that Donald Trump is an egomaniac and he doesn't want to share the spotlight with anyone else. Right? Look at what happened to fucking DeSantis. He got struck down like a fly. They wait. Yeah, they're waiting for Trump to die or to be like obviously unwell enough that they could present another person, because if they present somebody and Trump doesn't like them, that's it. If Trump's last breath on this earth, you know, his last moment in this mortal coil is to say, "I don't like that guy," to whoever it is they're trying to pitch for 2028, that's it. He's not winning. So why would you start drawing attention? We know Trump, no, Trump doesn't really like JD Vance. He doesn't. He doesn't. Oh, we'll talk about the TPUSA event. Don't you worry, District Progressive. Erika Kirk might be really, really stupid. I mean, I think that kind of speaks for itself, right? Yeah, that's pretty obvious. She's not very bright. She's been an attention whore her entire life. I mean, she her previous marriage, her beauty pageant stuff. Look, as a fellow attention whore, I understand, but her motivations here aren't really political. You know, they're just it's trophy wife stuff. Her husband died. They didn't really love each other, and she was like, "Oh fuck yeah, here's my chance to like get more money and attention, and I can like ride the wave of this." And boy, is she riding? She is riding. We're going to talk about the TPUSA conference. Charlie Kirk was assassinated at a TPUSA event in Utah. No, I don't think that happened. If it had happened, I would have heard of it. I would remember it. I'd say she had him off, but nah. People get conspiratorial about the wrong things. Here are things you should get conspiratorial over. Erika Kirk has 100% been reached out to by like a billion special interests, a lot of which are definitely Israel, or Israeli or related in some way to Zionism, and are trying to piggyback off of her attention or fame or whatever to advance their own interests. But Charlie Kirk got killed in a random. Nobody can plan an assassination anymore. Have you seen how incompetent our government is? Do you really think our intelligence agencies are capable of doing that? Nah, no fucking way. It is insane how every time you see a viral clip of Erika Kirk, it's from a Nazi account. You know? The Mossad agent allegations have spread far and wide.
Hate is hate. It's evil. Charlie and I have always been very clear on our stance.
I gotta watch it again.
Israel and Jewish people. It's awful. Awful. Anti-Semitism is what healing factor comes out of hating Jewish people? What healing factor comes out of hating Christians? What healing factor comes out? Hate in general. Nothing. Nothing. Charlie always would say very clearly, Jew hate was brain rot. He would always say it. We've been to Israel twice together. And to be able to walk in the place where our Lord walked and see the Bible come to life in Technicolor, how could you hate that place? How could you hate the Jewish people?
Oh Christ, it actually makes my skin crawl. Have you seen the edits where they play a horror sting every time she looks at the camera? It's very unnerving.
We did what we usually did before tours. We said our prayer, and we asked the Lord to protect us, and we asked the Lord that his will be done,
This is real, by the way. This is unedited. I mean, the audio is edited, obviously, but like the face, the stare, that's she's actually doing that.
what we did.
At one time, an employee of Turning Point, she has been one of the main peddlers of these conspiracies, building her business.
What I am doing is releasing myself from the enemy's hands, where he could have a foothold in me.
But also wanting justice for them here on Earth.
No, of course.
Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. Oh, here's her at the TPUSA conference where she endorses JD Vance for 2028, by the way. Me when my husband dies. All evangelicals are demons. Yeah, we talked about this when we were going over the Barry Weiss town hall, but it's pretty obvious that the selling point... I'm sure a bunch of people approach Erika Kirk with money, but the interest that won out was you are going to be the new, like, bridge between evangelical Christians and Israel. Like, your job is to be as pro-Israel as you can in a way that sells it to evangelicals, because we are losing the right to neo-Nazism right now. Like, it used to be basically everyone on the right was pro-Israel because they were Islamophobic and the evangelical death cult thing, right? However, right now there's like a growing shift where more and more people are becoming anti-Israel, more and more people are leaning towards the neo-Nazi side of things. So you need to like really play into this. And everything about this plays to evangelicals. The disgusting, like, glitzy, sequined outfit, the pyrotechnics, the way she talks and looks, the dripping inauthenticity, how tacky everything is, yeah, all of it appeals to evangelicals. Like, that is the group they're running with right now. Unintentionally camp? No, it's intentionally camp. I mean, they know what they're doing. It's just, well, I guess they wouldn't call it camp, but like, Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, me when my husband dies. This is why Democratic obstinance about opposing Israel is so bad. It just encourages neo-Nazism. Well, I actually think that it's bad for the Republican Party, like in a way that's good for us, that Erika Kirk is getting so much Mossad money to promote these this bond, because it's very obvious that Israel is an anchor. It's a sinking ship, you know? The more the GOP desperately tries to cling to their relationship to Israel, the more they disempower the only active growing wing of their party, which is neo-Nazism. Like, please, you know, build that schism. You're alienating the only demographic that actually does anything on your side. Bit grim, but you know, it is what it is. If it's Newsom versus Vance, who do you think has more room to pivot to being anti-Israel? Vance. Vance is much more likely to adjust to the times changing and shift into being anti-Israel in 2028. 100%. All my Republican buddies are super anti-Semitic. That's great, man. That's cool. And Newsom's already turned an Israel bit? No, the fuck he hasn't. Not really. I know I'm biased, but I really do think, like, that's the determining factor. The more a party is willing to shift against Israel, the more likely they are to succeed in 2028. I really do think so. It's not even about Israel. It's just like it's a watermark for your general level of authenticity. Nobody authentically likes Israel, so you have to it's a, you know, an indicator of your sincerity. A litmus test for everything else. JD Vance 2028. He's got a shot. He's got a shot. That interview where he says interesting 700 times where AIPAC's brought up cements Newsom's motives. Yeah. AIPAC. It's so crazy that you'd bring up AIPAC. I've never heard of AIPAC before. What do you mean by the AIPAC? Nobody in all of human history has ever brought up AIPAC until you just did right here in this interview. And frankly, I'm a little bit shocked. I can't believe that you just did that. It's just interesting. It's just interesting. AIPAC, the rapper? Yeah. Is there any... Where's a clip of Erika Kirk endorsing JD Vance, by the way? She did the TPUSA conference. I'm just wondering... Yeah, if you search JD Vance, Erika Kirk, you get a bunch of other stuff on Twitter. Oh, here we go.
For both 2026 and 2028, we're investing in states and not just in races. So what I mean by that is we are building the Red Wall, Arizona, Nevada, New Hampshire. That's going to be very important to us. We're going to ensure that President Trump has Congress for all 4 years. We are going to get my husband's friend, J.D. Vance, elected for 48 in the most resounding way possible.
I feel like this is a big strategic misstep. Like, Trump has been asked how he feels about J.D. Vance being the next president, and he's never seemed happy about the question. Yeah, we'll see how it plays out, I suppose.